Hey everyone, me again. Gonna go over something today that a lot of people don't seem to understand, even when this giant boom in Pokemon card prices has been going on the last little while. So one thing I wanted to go over today is why LOB cards are stupid undervalued right now, and I'm fully expecting them to skyrocket in the next few months or years, much like base set first edition, especially Pokemon, has. So one thing to keep in mind with Yu-Gi-Oh compared to Pokemon is, like I've said before, there are many different first edition Yu-Gi-Oh sets. So you don't have just your basic North American English. You've got your European English, you've got your New Zealand, Australian English, you've got your Asian English, you've got all these other different first edition sets. With Pokemon, you just have the one English set for everyone who speaks English. In first edition especially, this makes a very big difference because it means the print quantities for each of these English sets in Yu-Gi-Oh are much, much lower than those of Pokemon. Now, you can get an argument over, well, Pokemon's more popular anyway, so of course there's less Yu-Gi-Oh, but that's besides the point. Pokemon only has one English version of base set. One other very important distinction with Yu-Gi-Oh compared to Pokemon is Pokemon doesn't keep reprinting base set unlimited packs to sell at Walmart every year, like Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh! Unlimited LOB has been reprinted 4, 5, 6, 20 times by now. Konami starts up their money printer, makes it go burr pretty well every other year to sell to their Walmarts and Targets and stores like that. And most people don't actually know the difference or give a shit about the different printing runs of the unlimited LOB sets. But with the first edition, there's only the one time frame that they printed those first edition cards. So while people can look at, say, your unlimited Charizards and say, oh, well, Charizard Unlimited is, $6,000-$7,000 now. So that means unlimited Blue Eyes White Dragon is going to be, thousands of dollars in the near future. No, that's not going to happen. Today we're just talking about your first edition LOB North American English cards. Like I said, the distinction being unlimited LOB, way too speculative for me. We're not talking about sealed booster boxes today. We're talking about the single cards. There's always going to be a market for sealed product. Unlimited LOB boxes have been going up, but you can't buy a reprinted LOB unlimited box. You can only buy booster packs. So, trying to compare apples to apples here. So basically the way it works now is if you want to get a pack of Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon in first edition, just a single pack now, you're looking at probably $500. Out of that pack, you might as well assume that the packs are going to be weighed and you're going to end up getting a rare. Even if they aren't weighed, you're still only going to have, a 1 in, 4 pack chance of pulling a holo. So, your odds of pulling a holo aren't going to be very good. Then your holo needs to get a 10, or at least, a 9.5 if you're going with Beckett. So, the holo rate isn't very good to begin with, and then your holo has to grade well for you to make any money on it. So, when you look at the likely scenario, you're going to be pulling a rare, and you're going to be pulling, a bunch of commons like Petite Dragon or Green Phantom King, or if you get lucky, you might pull Trial of Hell, or some of the short prints or super short prints. But out of those cards, not all of them are going to be grading 10s. So if you get a light pack and you open it up, even if you grade every single card, as the market is right now, the rares aren't going to get you anywhere near as much money as the cost of the pack, even if it gets, best case scenario, you get a PSA 10. So the majority of your value is going to come from those common cards that come in the pack, which currently I've been selling, and other people have been selling, anywhere from $80 to $150. Some of the rares you can get for considerably cheap, in my opinion. You're only looking at $100 to $200. That's stupid. Rare shouldn't be that cheap. So the opportunity for this stuff comes from, especially if you're buying just bulk ungraded cards. So example would be, like, I've got piles and piles of base set Japanese Pokemon that I'm now going to go through because the cards have upticked that much in price to where I paid pennies for those cards, and now the 10s and even something like a Rattata or a Drowsy, you're looking at, $50, $60. And especially with the Japanese Pokemon base set cards, you're looking at very good print quality, so it's pretty easy to grade them all. With Yu-Gi-Oh, for some reason, most of the bulk, commons, uncommons, even your short prints and super short prints, you're only looking at $1 to $3 a card. But if you're buying a pile of cards, you can grade some of them, you're going to make a decent chunk of money on it. Because I'm one of the only people stupid enough to keep grading these cards. And if you can turn that, even $3 card into $100 with a $10 grading fee, you're going to, after your shipping, fees, everything else, you're looking at a net profit of $80. So, even if you have to buy 30 LOB, non-hollow, non-rares to get one that's gradable in 10, you can either sit on the other 29 or you can sell them back for what you made, and you're still not going to lose any money. So the opportunity that comes from this that is extremely scalable is that when, these cards pop off even more, and don't get me wrong, they have. A year ago, I was selling LOB commons for $30, $40. Now I'm selling them for $100. So they've already gone up a considerable amount. But when people catch on to the fact that the price of packs have tripled, quadrupled, quintupled, but the singles have only gone up by, 50 to 100%, depending on what one you're talking about, the market is going to rebound like a slingshot, and it's going to go up, I would say, like Pokemon, in a very short amount of time, to where what you're paying for your raw, ungraded, near mint or mint copies is not only going to jump up, but your graded copies are going to go up astronomically as well. Where you've got something like, Red Cheeks Pikachu a few months ago, it's like, what, $500? $400? Your starters. I was selling a first edition PSA 10 Charmander. Took me like 3 months to sell the damn thing, and I only got 150. It wasn't even 150. It was like $130. eBay fees, shipping, and all that jazz. I may have net $100, and now the same card is going for like $3,000. And I had, like I said, to list that Charmander for a very long time to even sell the damn thing. So, quick overview. LOB bulk is way too damn cheap. Stop selling me that shit. If you want to keep selling me your shit, feel free to message me on Instagram at Petaparty. If you can get the non-hollow LOB cards, especially in 10, they're going to go up. They're stupid underpriced right now. I'm going to keep buying them. I'm not selling anywhere near as much as I used to because I've realized how underpriced they are now, especially with comparison to what the boxes are priced at right now. So if you have an opportunity to buy any of these cards and you want to make some money, I'm not saying it's going to go up tomorrow or next week or even next month. Might not even be by the end of the year. But I think you're going to see that slingshot effect, like I said, with the rubber band. You're going to hold it back, and it's only going to go back so far before it either snaps or just catapults way further than it was initially. Pretty much all I have for today. If you have an opportunity to buy this shit, you'll thank me for it later. Might not be tomorrow, might be a few years from now. But with your first edition LOB, North American, not getting any other crap right now, it's going to be your gold standard for Yu-Gi-Oh! Just like base set first edition is for Pokemon. You might see other sets like Metal Raiders or Magic Ruler have all this exponential growth and look right fancy and shiny right now. But if you look at some of the other WotC sets in Pokemon, they've calmed down a lot in the last month or two, even though they've had their meteoric rise, as Joe Rogan would be saying on UFC Fight Night. They're not as many people are buying them right now, especially in your 9s or lower. But people are always looking for that base set first edition Pokemon because it's what they grew up with, it's what they remember as kids. It's a gold standard for Pokemon. And that's why LOB is going to be in that same position with Yu-Gi-Oh! When more people get into the hobby and more of the market starts getting gobbled up by all these long-term collectors or investors that aren't going to be selling any of this shit like your favorite eBay 2020 sellers who just buy and then triple the price overnight and hope it sells. So have a good one. If you got any questions, like always, hit me up on Instagram. Hope you learned something today.